Good evening. Hope you're having a wonderful Independence Day Eve. We hear the fireworks in the background, and it's a festivity in the air. We already went over Proverbs 3 because it's July 3rd, and it's just about using wisdom. And we know the most popular verses in Proverbs 3, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not to your own understanding, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct thy path, your path. And be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from what? Evil, right? And it should be health to your navel. But the last three verses talks about how the Lord will bless the habitation, the home of the just, those who walk uprightly and are righteous, right? But there will be a curse in the house of the wicked. So we want, and I know that, whether you have a family, condo, whatever type of house structure, dwelling, just want it to be blessed. In the Lord, your dorm room, your roommates, you want it to be blessed as you acknowledge the Lord in absolutely every area of your life. Amen. Amen. Numbers 22, talking about, I tell you, this is a familiar story where the Israelites were beginning to gain traction, and they settled in a place near Jericho, and the Moabites, are like, oh man, they're taking over, and they're doing this and that. In verse 1, it says that they set up a camp across from Jericho on the plains of Moab, and the king of Moab at that time was Balak, and he summoned for someone who had these spiritual gifts, Balaam, to come over, and he said, I know that you have the blessings of the Lord, you have this special ability and gifts, the hand of the Lord is upon you, and whatever you bless will become blessed, and whatever you curse will become cursed. So in verse 12 he says, he said in verse 6, please come and curse these people because they're too strong for me. What spoke to me is verse 18. I loved the resolve of Balak. his statement, now I don't know if he followed through with it, he eventually went, but his statement is something for you to put in your back pocket and make sure you pack. He said, even if Balak, the king of Moab,
as Balaam was saying that.
Thank you. Even Balaam is saying, there's two Baal, Baal. Even if Balaam said, even if Balak gave me a palace filled with all the silver and gold in the world, it didn't matter. It wasn't worth it, right? Yeah. I don't want to disobey the Lord of my God, no matter whether the request was important or not. And you got to come to that resolve, no matter what, how much money someone want to give you, and grades and trading this and accolades, nothing's worth it. And something I wanted to say yesterday, and I remember sharing this with graduates before, it's cool to have, the MD, master's, PhD, whatever, but the most important is to have a 6-letter degree word, wisdom, WISDOM, and secure it. And that's something else in Proverbs 3, talking about how you should write it in the tablet of your heart. That's the type of tattoo that you want, in the tablet of your heart. And it will never leave you. Okay, I'm going to switch it to you. Go ahead, son.
Okay, so the whole chapter in Numbers spoke to me because Balaam was gifted, apparently, I forgot what his gift was, to whatever, but that can relate to you, and it related to me because I know God has blessed me with things that I can either use for my own good or I can use it for the Lord's good. I can use it just to get my way, manipulate, use my influence on people for the wrong reasons, or I can use it for the evangelizing mission and duty that I have placed on my life.
Amen. And guess what? God will use anything to get our attention, right? Even a donkey yeah. So it's like, why are you hitting me 3 times? And right. And actually, the messenger of the Lord said, you know what? If you were not going to turn around because the Lord was not pleased with Balaam actually going to see Balak, it said in verse 33 that if it had not turned away, the donkey had not turned away, I would certainly have killed you, but now I would have spared the donkey. God could use anything, anybody, any animal. Yes, that donkey spoke, and the Lord can do the impossible to get our attention so that he'll be glorified and we stay in his will. And how do we do that? Acknowledge him in all that we do. Okay. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Going into Independence Day, know that you are free from your sins and you are walking in a life of liberty, and enjoy the fruit of the Spirit. That the Lord blesses each one of us. Okay. Good night.